Big payday coming up for the B Modifieds tonight. $1,000 to win, $100 to start. The top 10 in passing points in the heat races will be locked into the A main and will redraw. Everyone else will have to go to a B main. So your top 10 locked in, everyone else goes to a B main. A little bit of an unusual arrangement tonight. Big money on the line as we get ready to go green here in a lap and a half.
Mike Treadway, 59 car, not making the call as we get ready to go green.
8 cars, 8 times. Dylan McCowan up on the point. He'll lead them in as they come off turn number 4. Pike to his outside. We're green. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Down the back stretch they'll go. Dylan McCowan's got a half a car length lead.
Fincher up to the top side looking for a place to go. Can't find nothing there. He'll fall in line. Pike holds on to the number 2 spot.
Tony Fincher going to go up to that top side of the speedway, and I believe he'll make it work. Look at him go. He'll pick up a spot from Bill Shahuber, and now he'll go to work on Justin Pike.
As he worked the way through turns number 3 and 4. Pike trying to hold on to that number 2 spot. Fincher running the top. Bill Shahuber down on the bottom. Good battle for second.
You got to pass them where they ain't, and right now Tony Fincher using that top line and making it work. Off turn number 4, he's got a good distance to go to catch up to that Dylan McCowan machine.
It's a dead even heat as they come across the line between Pike and Fincher. Pike a little bit of advantage, but Fincher strong down the backstretch.
Short way around is on the bottom, but a good momentum run up on the top side for Tony Fincher will put him into the number 2 spot.
Andy Beecham has come from the rear of the field, challenging for that number 4 spot. Bill Shahuber washes up the track, nearly takes both of them out.
Tony Fincher eyeing that leader, got a little bit loose that time in turns 3 and 4, lost a little bit of ground.
Shahuber looking a lot better on that lap. He's glued to the bottom right now, trying to hold on to that number 4 spot. Here comes Beecham back on the top one more time.
Fincher goes down the racetrack about a lane this time. Oh, we're going to have trouble down here in turns 3 and 4 as Shahuber way up the track and way out of shape here on the front stretch.
Caution coming out. And you call it there, trouble off of turn number 4. 2 laps ago, the same thing happened.
Call 811 3 days in advance to have your utility lines marked. Know what's below. Always call 811 before you dig.
Know what's below. That looks like something you might see on a church sign.
That's right.
Yes, please, folks, if you are going to do some digging of any kind, give them about 2 days' notice. 48 hours is what they like to have. Give them a call. They'll fix you up. Make sure you don't do something dumb. Here they come off of turns 3 and 4.
Dylan McCowan leading the field back down to the start-finish line. Tony Fincher in the number 2 position. Fincher goes back up to the top. Justin Pike sticks down back to the bottom. Racing down the backstretch. We're going to have a battle for the lead.
As they come off of turn number 4, McCowan down on the bottom. Looks like he'll hold on to that top spot. As you can tell, Bill Shahuber still fighting that car really bad.
Battle for the lead. Going to come down to the final lap. Tony Fincher using the top line. Dylan McCowan down on the bottom as they come off turn number 4 down to the line. It's going to be McCowan by a half a car length.
Good run by the youngster in the number 8 car. Dylan McCowan picking up the win. What a battle. Good, clean, hard racing right there between Fincher and McCowan. Pike, I believe, will get the number 3 spot, so good run.
I tell you what, Dennis, if people were watching this race that's getting ready to come out, they would have had an advantage to watch Tony Fincher run because that top side's got some speed in it. About everybody was down on the bottom, but he was showing us how that top line could work.
Yeah, and I believe it's just going to get better as the night goes on. And I tell you what, if you like big competition, right here is the heat race for you. Right there on the front row, you got the number 65 car of Chris Jackson. And you got the number 54 car of Mike Green. Sean Duncan in the number D7. Michael Stake in the 51. Rex Merritt in the number 25. Derek Watson in the 5W. Brandon Baldridge, I believe, is the number 13. Brandon Baldridge in number 13. Ryan Gilmore in the 66. And then we got the last car on the field there, the number 59. That is Mike Treadway.
Yeah, and I believe that Treadway machine was supposed to be in the last heat race, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see if he stays on the racetrack. This is going to be a dandy right here. Remember, we do go off passing points, so the more cars you pass, the better your chances of making the A main. Here we go off turn number 4, looking for green, and we got it. Chris Jackson leads him down the backstretch. Here comes Michael Stake working up on the top side of the speedway. Off turn number 4, battling for the lead.
Michael Stake has a nice little run up there, but Jackson's going to have the advantage. As Stake slips just a little off of the turns number 2. Loses a little ground as Rex Merritt's jumping to the top.
Merritt looking for the top side of the speedway to work for him. He's trying to catch up to that Sean Duncan machine as Ryan Gilmore on the charge in the 66.
Ryan Gilmore trying to get around Merritt for that number 4 spot. Can't get it done. As they come into turns 3 and 4, they're thinking 3 wide.
3 cars battle for the 3rd spot. Sean Duncan still has it, but he's got his hands full. He's going to try to hold off that 66. That opens the lane for Rex Merritt.
And Sean Duncan, in fact, does have his hands full as Merritt's on the top, Gilmore's on the bottom. And it's going to be Gilmore coming out with the number 3 spot.
Rex Merritt in the 4th position. Everybody chasing Chris Jackson, who's checked out in front.
Merritt pulling up on the bumper of the 66. Here they come off of turn 4. Cautions out for the 54 of green.
And Dennis, we mentioned passing points were the key to your starting position or making the A main. And Ryan Gilmore taking advantage, started deep in this field, already up to about 3rd or 4th, and with this caution, I would not be surprised if he gets a couple of more before this one's over.
He most certainly could. This is a huge break for the number 66 car, as Stake and Jackson both were out in front by a good little measure. Not sure if he could have ran them guys down in what little bit of time we have left. And this is definitely going to be interesting as we get ready to go back under green.
Chris Jackson was really strong out in front, is really strong out in front. It'll be interesting to see if anybody's got anything for him. We'll find out as they come off turn number 4 this time. Green in the air. Down the backstretch, Jackson leads him. Here comes Stake up on the top side in 2nd. Gilmore, though, digging down deep on the bottom.
Off of turn number 4, Stake holds on to that number 2 spot. Gilmore's going to pull alongside as they come off of turn number 2.
Battle for that number 2 spot right behind leader Chris Jackson. White flag this time.
1 to go for Chris Jackson, the number 65. Watch this battle for the number 2 spot as they come off at turn number 2. Michael Stake looking good in that 51.
Off turn number 4, final time, it'll be Chris Jackson winning the heat race. Stake 2nd, Gilmore 3rd, Merritt finishes 4th.
As I said before, tough draw on this heat race right here. Some very, very...
Michael Covey will be on his outside in car number 21. Corey, make that Bobby Maggard Jr. in the 160. Corey Johnson in the number 88. Sam Petty in car number 9. I believe that's Ron Scroggins in the 1/4 machine. Here we go off turn number 4. Down the backstretch, lap number 1, going into 3 and 4. They're side by side for the lead. Cawley out in front by a foot as they come across the start-finish line. Justin Comer in the number 2 spot gets a good run off turn number 2 into turns 3 and 4.
Here they come off of turn number 4. It's going to be the number 21 car. Covey still holding on. Aaron Scroggins in the quarter car, filling up that number 3 spot. Petty in the number 4 spot as they race their way through turns 3 and 4.
Covey out in front, running strong in that number 21. Justin Comer not letting him get away. As now, Dennis, all the cars up on the top side.
Things have changed a little bit from the earlier heat races. Everybody on the bottom. Now mostly everybody moving to the top. And Covey using that top to his advantage, holding on to that lead over Justin Comer.
Aaron Scroggins starting to make up some ground on that 12 of Justin Comer. Sam Petty still runs back in the number 4 spot. Sawyer Krigler, we failed to mention him earlier, in car number 11, runs 6th. Laps getting by in a hurry as the cars continue to motor around the Springfield Raceway. Covey will see the white flag this time by one more time around. Coming off turn number 4, final time, it'll be Covey in car number 21, picking up the checkers. Comer and Scroggins, your top 3.
I tell you what, another tough heat race there. Not real familiar with the 21 car, as he has not run here all that much. In fact, the first time I believe I've seen him. But you got Justin Comer, a feature winner right there in the number 12. Petty's been in victory lane before in that number 9. Of course, Bobby Maggard Jr., 160. He's been in victory lane several times here at the Springfield Raceway.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun to see how this redraw works out. Again, the top 10 passing points will redraw. And as we mentioned earlier as well, the top 10 are locked into the A main. Everybody else going to have to race their way in through a B main. And I suppose we'll start 22 cars, so that'll be 12 racing in through the B main.
Next group of cars getting ready to come out. It's going to be Ricky Watkins in the number 68. Cody Ryder in the number 21. Kelly Hicks in the number 32. Jackie Dalton in the number 21. Caden Miller in the number 34. Couldn't think of his first name. Aaron Speck in the number 3A. Jace Parmalee in the number 82. That'll be your field for heat race number 4. And final heat race, I should say, for your reliable Chevrolet B Modifieds.
Watkins will be on point. Cody Ryder to his outside. Kelly Hicks, Jackie Dalton, Jace Parmalee, Aaron Speck.
All right, points leader, Jackie Dalton, starting right there in the second row in that number 21 car. Of course, those of you fans that are with us every Saturday night, you know Jackie Dalton, no stranger to victory lane, no stranger to points championships. He's won 3 or 4 of them in the A Modifieds. This year running the B Modified, and at number 21, as Miller makes it back on the racetrack, the number 34. That was a car we was waiting on. Miller onto the racetrack. And I believe we can get a start here very shortly. Once again, folks, Reliable Chevrolet is your source for brand new cars. They've got all sorts of good services down there, but if you're looking to market for a brand new car, or if you'd like to buy me a new Impala Super Sport, just go right down there to Reliable Chevrolet and pick me one up.
I'd like to, brother, but I ain't going to do it because I can't afford it.
I wouldn't be able to afford it either. I'd have a speeding ticket all the time. Here we come off turn number 4.
How about a little 3-wide action early on as they come off turn number 2? Jace Parmalee having a little bit of trouble, gets back on the racetrack.
Cody Ryder up to the top side, back to the number 4 spot after starting on the front row. Watkins holding on for that number 1 spot in the 68.
A little bit of contact between the 68 and the 21, and Jackie Dalton wasting no time. He'll go to the top of the leaderboard.
Kelly Hicks fighting to stay in that number 3 spot and that number 32 as they come off of turn number 4. Down up bottom side, and Cody Ryder even further down on the bottom.
Caden Miller on the move in car number 34, trying to make up some ground after starting tailback late for the start of this race.
Off of turns 3 and 4. Cody Ryder looking for the number 3 spot. He'll have it over Kelly Hicks.
Caden Miller charging towards the front, trying to get a run on that Cody Ryder machine. Right now running in the 4th position. Out front, though, it's Jackie Dalton by a half a track.
Jackie Dalton on a Sunday drive in the number 21. He's exiting off of turn number 2 as the other cars are just now getting into turn number 1.
Caden Miller drawing a bead on that 21 of Cody Ryder. Off turn number 4, he's using the center of that speedway to try to run down that 3rd place car. So far, not able to catch him.
Up front, Jackie Dalton takes the white flag. Only one more lap to go for Jackie Dalton. Battle on the track's going to be for the number 2 and 3 spot.
Watkins having some company coming. Cody Ryder starting to draw in on him. Jackie Dalton picking up checkers coming off turn number 4. It's going to be Ricky Watkins and then Cody Ryder. And Jace Parmalee making a late pass right there on that 34. Will finish up in the 4th spot. So the B Modifieds in the books. They'll count as the USRA